Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, and today I'm going to be reviewing the first episode of Season 3 of DC's Legends of Tomorrow on the CW. As you've seen from my Supergirl video, mornings are a bit restless with Darby. Luckily he was outside during my Flash video, but now he wants to tug again, so yeah, let me just adjust the camera a bit. Yay. So, yeah, we're going to be playing while I make a video. There you go. Good. Alright, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, Season 3, Episode 1, Aruba-Con. So, at the end of Season 2 of Legends, we saw that the Legends basically broke time. There were dinosaurs in Los Angeles and Big Ben and all sorts of time abnormalities. So yeah, right at the beginning of this episode, they're going through that and they're saying, okay, how are we going to fix all this? Suddenly, here comes Rip Hunter in a brand new suit with his new organization called the Time Bureau. And the thing is... the thing is, in the last episode, which takes place 15 minutes before the events of the initial events of the first episode, of this episode, Rip left. He just left. And 15 minutes later, here he is with a brand new organization called the Time Bureau to fill in for the Time Masters. Evidently, Darby does not want to tug anymore. So there's that. And basically, he has spent 5 years trying to... Okay, Darby. Sorry. Darby's being restless. Basically, he has spent 5 years putting together a new organization. And now he's using that organization basically right where the Legends screwed up. And he takes away the Wave Rider and disbands the Legends team altogether. So basically the Legends have to go their separate ways, which is kind of how each season starts, to be honest. Sarah goes to work in retail, which she hates. Ray just goes to work for a dating app company. Despite the fact that he's probably still rich and can probably still go in and rebuy his company, but whatever. Nate, I don't even remember. Oh, Nate's been doing superhero stuff in Central City, but he keeps getting upstaged by Kid Flash. So this is before Barry comes back in The Flash. So yeah. So there's that. Mick, during all this, is in Aruba, because that's where he wanted to go. And basically all the time aberrations have been fixed by the Time Bureau, except for one. Now, in Aruba, Julius Caesar is there, and he's causing some trouble for Mick. So yeah, basically this entire episode is the Legends basically getting the band back together, getting the Wave Rider back, and trying to take Julius Caesar back to Rome, because he's about to march on Rome from where he was taken, and basically prove to the Bureau that the Legends team is still a viable team. So, there's that. Basically, the entire time, the team is berated by the people at the Bureau. Not exactly by Rip. I mean, he kind of, he disses them sometimes, but... but he understands that they were important. And if it wasn't for them, the Time Bureau would never have been born. So he understands, but at the same time, he still doesn't want the Legends to return. So, yeah. And basically, I suppose the antagonist of this episode is Julius Caesar, because because, he's making trouble in 2017, but then even when he's returned to his own time, just before crossing the Rubicon into Rome, he actually, they put him back, and they wipe his memory of the events, but he still steals a book on Roman history, and so he knows that he's going to be assassinated by Brutus and Cassius, and he even says, I'm going to go after them first, which is strange. You'd think you would still go after Pompey, because he's your first opposition, then go after Brutus and Cassius. Hey, no chewing the furniture. You are really getting restless this morning. It's time for your nap, Hi. So, yeah. So that was a bit... I mean, I understand if he's like, okay, these guys are going to kill me, we need to go after them first. But at the same time, it's like, you got to deal with Pompey before he does something. Because Pompey is still... he's a legitimate threat to you. It's just that he doesn't kill you in the timeline. So yeah. That's basically all I can say about this. They don't really set up much. So yeah. God, he is so restless. I think it's time for him to go out. If you'll excuse me for one moment. My apologies for this. Normally I would edit stuff like this out. I just put him out. He's fine. He'll get over it. I know. This is a horrible video, isn't it? That's okay. So yeah. And I'm not gonna edit this, by the way. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically the plot of the episode. They don't really set up much. They kind of make a reference to this guy. Like, the Time Bureau says, there's this problem that the Legends cause. They don't tell the Legends this yet. But Rip is talking to one of his officers, and they're like, the Legends are the reason, this Malice guy is coming for us. I think that was the name. And basically... it's the Legends' fault. Why are we letting them do this, basically? Because, because at the end of this, Rip does say, okay, we might need you in the future. Go ahead, they're basically part of the Bureau now. And they're allowed to use the Wave Rider. So there's that. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see where it goes from there, but again, there's not really much to talk about. And now he's barking outside. He's not barking to come in, he's just barking at random stuff. Is the camera crooked? Not really. Hopefully not. He's not barking to come in, by the way. I see him out there. He's just barking at squirrels or something. So I'm sorry about this. This is horrible. But yeah, I don't think there's really much else to talk about. I mean, all the characters are still as great as they are. Sarah is still kind of the no-nonsense captain, assassin. He's crazy. Ray is the goofball. Nate is still a goofball. The only other thing it really sets up is the fact that Amaya went back to her time, went back to 1942. She's back in Zambezi, and she's killing people. She's killing anyone that shows up, like all the British officers, and she seems to enjoy it, so that'll be interesting to see where that goes. Yeah, I'm sorry that this isn't, a horribly long video or anything, but I'm sorry this is like really, really short, but there's not a whole lot I can actually say about this episode. It's just that the Legends team is disbanded, they get back together, they prove that they're still worth something, and they return Julius Caesar to his own time. That's it. There's not a whole lot of setup. Again, Caesar is really the antagonist, and that's resolved easily. Rip is kind of an antagonist being part of the Bureau, but now it seems like he's going to start working together with the team. You know, have the team and the Bureau be allies. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see where it goes. Yeah, there's really not anything else I can talk about. So, really, really short video, but there was just not a lot to talk about. End cards are going to pop up right about now. You can click on those. You can follow 7th Hour Films on Twitter at 7th Hour Films. And check back in a few days. I will have a review of the first episode of Season 6 of Arrow. I'm Alex from the 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Sorry about Darby.